I wonder what's on the tube.
Welcome back.
Thank you for being a friend.
What you talking about, Willis?
You are a meathead.
No soup for you.
And welcome everyone to another episode of Sitcom My Face. I'm Nick Franco.
And I'm Jake Bidwell.
How we doing there, Jay?
I'm good. Well, we were talking about our new segment, Not So Fun Facts, right?
Yes, not so fun facts.
We brought up some not so fun facts in the last episode. And, as you do, you fall down the rabbit hole. And you remember the episode, our last episode was Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Correct.
And you remember the jail episode where I was talking about the two women who were in the cell with her? Like,
yeah.
I don't know who they are, but they're hysterical, right? So, strangely enough, I learned that one of them actually had 2 or 3 appearances on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, was so well liked on there that she actually was brought on to the Phyllis spinoff. So she did 3 episodes of the Phyllis show, right?
Got it.
And then was the victim of a random shooting and killed.
Oh, dear Lord.
Along with 2 other people on the same night. One was with her. Another woman was just in the neighborhood, was also shot and killed.
Oh, my God.
So her name was Barbara Colby, and her friend was James Kiernan. James Kiernan was in an acting class with her that she taught.
Oh, wow.
So apparently after the acting class, everyone would kind of congregate in the parking lot, and I guess they might have been the last 2 there. A van rolls up, just shoots them both dead, right in the friggin' parking lot.
So basically the moral is do not hang out in the parking lot after acting class?
And this James Kiernan was also, he only had, I think, 1 or 2 credits, and he was also a guest star on Rhoda.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, weird.
The Mary Tyler Moore murder mysteries.
Isn't that bizarre? And it's unsolved to this day.
Wow.
Yeah. 3 people killed. They said it was a 40-minute crime spree in which 3 people were murdered, multiple people were robbed, beaten, pistol whipped, and or molested.
Oh my God. And
1975.
75. Jeez.
Isn't that fucking nuts? So,
that is.
The whole cast was at her funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Tyler Moore, Ed Asner, Valerie Harper, and Cloris Leachman. They all went to the funeral. And Cloris Leachman also recorded a tribute for her that was going to air after the 3rd episode of the show, saying, like,
okay,
as you might know, because she was like a main character. This is who she played, Julie, I guess, on there.
Okay.
She was like a main character on the show, and she was like, hey, just so you know, we love her, we miss her. We thought about removing the character from the show, but we thought it wouldn't fool anybody. So they did recast her with another actress. So, but the network chose not to air it when the tribute. The tribute.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, she recorded this little thing for her, and they were like, yeah, we want to keep it happy and fun. We don't want to bring everyone down with this.
They did want to show that you might not make it after all.
Oh, fuck, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was really weird, and that I just thought it was strange that I called them out specifically, her out specifically, for being so funny as a guest star in that one episode, and then I learned all that.
Damn.
Like, well, yeah, clearly she was funny. If they were like, hey, come be on Phyllis and have a main part, you know?
Damn.
But your not so fun fact. But yeah, we got another RIP too. Luckily, he didn't have a sitcom, so we don't have to catch up with that one. But Ivan Reitman died.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters director. It is cool. I haven't seen the new Ghostbusters, but I guess it's cool that he got to live long enough to see his son's take on the franchise. I've heard it's good. I haven't got to it yet. Did you see Roger Rabbit's having a comeback?
Yeah, and Rescue Rangers, right?
Rescue Rangers is getting a live action
Live
weird
live action.
Yeah, dude, this trailer, I'm watching it going, there's some weird fucking decisions were made on this one. They got Scat Cat and Paula Abdul and Roger Rabbit and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Not Scat Cat like the videos you watch at home.
No, not that scat. Yes. Oh.
That movie looks fucking bizarre. And then Roger Rabbit showed up in an episode of the show we're talking about tonight. Wow. I was like, whoa, all right. Some weird shit going on. Yeah, Disney Plus. I don't know if they just, because they've been trying to do Roger Rabbit 2 for fucking, 30 years?
God, yeah. Well, they did a short, I remember.
They did a couple of shorts.
Yeah, they did one or two shorts.
There is a script for, I think it was actually a prequel about how Roger, Baby Herman, and Jessica met in the war.
Oh, God.
And I think it was called Toon Platoon.
Okay.
It was like Roger and Baby Herman. I want to say World War One.
Wait, Toon Platoon with Charlie Sheen, or wait, directed by Oliver Stone.
I wish Oliver Stone would direct that one. It's weird though, because this Rescue Rangers movie seems to be poking a lot of fun at Robert Zemeckis, and then Roger Rabbit's in it, and he actually directed Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh wow!
So I wonder if he's involved somehow, or because it seems weird to be like, "Hey, we love your shit, but also fuck you for your shit." Because there's like jabs at like Polar Express animation and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Also in that trailer, we saw a peek at Aladdin. Aladdin, the voice of Aladdin, is on the show we're talking about tonight.
And
Full House.
And who would that be?
He was Steve from Full House. Did you know that?
No.
Yes, the guy who played DJ's boyfriend.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what season he was. It 4? No, 5. Right? I think
he was definitely in there by 6 when I was watching earlier. Yeah. So I'm going to throw this to you right away because I'm very curious of your thoughts on this show that aired from 87 to 95. You said
correct, 87 to 95. Created also by Mr. Jeff Franklin, who had some TV credits to his name. He had now I don't know if you have ever seen the original movie, The Bad News Bears.
I thought you were gonna be like Full House, the movie.
Yes, Full House, the movie.
This was based on some like R-rated war drama. You're like, what the fuck?
No, but they made an actual TV version of The Bad News Bears. Oh, there we go. But so he was a screenwriter on that. He was also a screenwriter on Laverne and Shirley. Bosom Buddies.
Laverne and who?
Shirley. No, Shirley. Don't call me Shirley.
Call you whatever the fuck I want.
Also producer on Gary Shandling's show. So I'm like, ooh, okay. So, he's got a decent
Was
resume.
this also a Miller Boyette production? Is that or no? It wasn't. Was it? Yeah, it was Miller Boyette. I feel like I saw those names on every show back in the 90s too.
You know what? It's quite possible. Like, I'm wondering if it was mainly the TGIF shows too.
Oh, I'm sure. Because this one bleeds right into all of them, don't it? Step by Step, Family Matters.
Yeah. No. Oh, this was actually a launching pad for a lot of them, even Home Improvement. So, was
that a TGIF too?
Apparently it started as, but
this was the age of the wholesome family sitcom.
Yep.
And ABC. as soon as that well dried up, they canceled every fucking one of those family shows.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, they were like, we want to be more hip.
Yeah, just like one of the shows that was part of their TJF lineup, Dinosaurs, it went extinct.
Yeah.
But this was the cornerstone. This really started off the TGIF era. Full House. It's based in San Francisco. Only filmed there for really one episode, season 8. Everything else was mainly filmed in LA and some of the episodes where they actually went on the road, such as Hawaii.
To be fair, they did film the opening there.
Yes, the opening is filmed there. Yeah, you can't really mistake those hills and crap in San Francisco there.
Yeah, that'd be a hard one to recreate.
Yeah.
Especially when you can see fucking Alcatraz in the background or whatever.
But anyway, so we have Danny Tanner, who is a recent widower, and he has.
I forget. Did they mention how his wife died? Was she sick or did she get in an accident?
Well, here's what we'll go into one of the interesting things here. On the show itself, I do not think they actually mentioned what happened.
He killed her.
Yes. Yeah, Danny Tanner, her serial killer.
We don't ask questions, Michelle. Do you want to join mommy? Whoa, God! Cue the
you got
music.
it, dude. No,
Cue the music.
yes, that sappy music,
Sentimental
which we'll
music.
go into as well. But anyway, it was mentioned in the unaired pilot that she was in a car crash.
Okay.
Yeah, the unaired pilot where
Danny was probably driving. He's like,
yeah, I wouldn't be
fucking bitch.
surprised.
I know which way I'm going. Fuck you. He rammed her in the side of a bus.
But what was I gonna say? Danny
Unaired pilot.
was played by a different actor, John Posey.
Posey, yeah.
Yeah, John Posey actually, he has a decent resume himself. But other, younger viewers may know his son, Tyler Posey, as the lead actor of the Teen Wolf show.
Is he related to Parker Posey?
No, I don't think he's actually related to Parker Posey. I was looking for that in the family connections there.
Well, I think this was a case. I think, if I remember right, they wanted Saget, but he couldn't do it at first.
Right.
And then they shot it with this guy, and it didn't quite work.
No.
And then they were like, and then Saget became available.
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, R.I.P. Bob Saget. Love you, bro.
Yes.
Probably is my favorite part of the show, just him in general.
Mhm.
I think actor-wise, he might be the best actor on the show, even though I know he hated doing everything he does on the show.
And the show is so not him.
Yeah. If you've ever seen his stand-up, that's him, I guess.
Yes,
So-
but the stand-up, just so you know, the actor that played, again, Bob Saget, if you saw this show and then went to watch one of his stand-up specials expecting, good wholesome family humor, you were sadly surprised. Because he was one of the filthiest comics out there.
In fact, he wrote a memoir-type book where he was kind of telling stories from his career.
Mm-hmm.
And one that he brought up on a lot of shows that got him some heat at one point was they were doing a scene, they were rehearsing a scene in Michelle's bedroom. And of course, the kids could only work like 3 hours a day, you know?
Right.
So a lot of times the kids weren't on the set. They were in like another building in class.
Mm-hmm.
So he was rehearsing with the camera guys, trying to get this moment right for the camera operator. And he had a rubber doll of Michelle.
Oh, no.
And he goes, it's me and like 6 camera guys and lighting guys. And he's like, I'm fucking bored. We did it a few times. And he starts just trying to make the camera guys laugh and starts like diddling the fucking doll and shit. At one point, I guess, throws the doll on the bed and starts going to town on this rubber doll.
Oh, dear Lord.
What he didn't realize was that the cameras were live and going to studio heads, and the children in their classrooms were watching the rehearsal.
Oh, dear Lord. So Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen were watching Danny Daddy Tanner.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
So,
boy.
I guess I think it might have been the Olsen's mom or one of the other kids' moms come running down to the set. Stop it, Bob. The kids can see you. And he goes, I thought I was going to get fired right there on the spot. Now, today, he would have been shit-canned and canceled from Hollywood.
Oh, definitely.
The thing, though, that's interesting, and if you compare that to the cancel culture of today, nobody else brought that out in the press or anything. The only reason that story's out is because he wrote it in his book.
He included it in his book.
It's a whole new fucking world we live in, man. Because nowadays you'd have everybody and their fucking sister out in the Entertainment Tonight telling that story.
Mm.
But very strange. He goes, it was stupid. He goes, I thought I was just making some guys laugh. I had no idea. Yeah.
But
only imagine, Daddy? What are you doing, Daddy?
Yeah, that's ooh.
Yeah.
Definitely cringe factor there, but yeah, again in his stand-up, he was very filthy as well. Bob Saget was also known as the guy, the main voice of America's Funniest Home Videos too for a good number of years.
Host did all the voices.
Yep.
Maybe younger kids might know him. He was the narrator on How I Met Your Mother, right?
Yep. He was also the narrator on How I Met Your Mother. So yeah, but unfortunately,
Half-Baked. You ever suck dick for coke?
Again, surprising some people that again didn't know anyone but the Danny Tanner or America's Funniest Home Videos.
When Jamie Kennedy was trying to be a rapper, they had a song with him. It was like, "I'm rolling with Saget." And he's like, you know, it was pretty funny.
Oh my god!
And at the they do this whole like stupid rap song. I think he talks about fucking Kimmy Gibbler.
Oh god!
And at the end, he does one of these. He goes, "Good night, Michelle." Something.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Surprised he didn't go into the teddy bear song, as we'll go into as well. But we don't have to sing it. I said song, we don't have to. What's that?
That was actually an Elvis song.
Yes, it was. Yeah, because again, his brother-in-law Jesse.
Should we plow through the cast real quick?
Yeah, let's go through the
John
cast of
Stamos,
characters.
Uncle Jesse, Dave Coulier, Uncle Joey.
Yeah,
you got
not related. He was just a friend, but
right.
Yeah,
sexy ass Aunt Becky, who
Lori Loughlin.
Lori Loughlin, is that her name?
Yep, Lori Loughlin.
The kids were Stephanie, who was Jodie Sweetin.
Jodie Sweetin.
Who, when I was a little kid, I had a crush on her too. She was like just older than me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm the Olsen's age. I think they were like 6 months older than me.
Oh, that's scary.
I know, right? Candace Cameron, her brother, sister of
Kirk Cameron, which I didn't realize until my wife said, it's like, oh yeah, you know her brother. I'm like, no,
yeah.
What's it? It's like Kirk Cameron. I'm like, holy,
like,
oh my god. It's like, no,
of course. Yeah, isn't that weird to think about? We'll have to do that show someday and talk about his weird ass.
Oh yeah.
Michelle, Mary Kate, and Ashley Olsen.
Yes.
Which a weird choice because a lot of shows did do the twin thing because, like I said, kids can only work like 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So they cast Michelle with twins for that very reason. But yet later in the series, when Jesse has kids, they just gave him twins. So you would think maybe they should have hired quadruplets for the twins, right?
Yeah, might as well.
But why would you do the thing in the beginning to save your time and your effort, and then later on you're like, fuck it, we'll just give them twins.
Yeah,
I don't know. Seems silly.
But the interesting thing also, I don't know if you noticed, I think it was from second season, or it might have been partway through the first season. They actually, for the credits, Michelle was credited as being played by Mary Kate Ashley Olsen.
Yeah, they didn't want them to know it was twins in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know exactly why, but
yeah, they thought it would be confusing to people, or people couldn't handle twins, but
and then they become the fucking richest twins in television
history.
They made gotta be 75 straight to video movies. They actually like
they own
they owned that. Yeah. Like Dual Star was like the company that their parents like made for them.
Yep. And
when they were 18, they handed it over and went, here you go.
And every licensed thing to all that, Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen, whatever. Yeah, they're pretty set.
I think they went on to also help discover what was this? The Sweet Life? Was that the Disney kid, the blonde boys?
Oh, okay, yeah, I think Zach and Cody.
I think they might have helped discover them as well.
Oh wow!
So then they had the young. Once they were too old, they were like, "Hey, let's get us some new blood," and they found these twins and helped them.
So do they have like this, like Spider-Man has a spider sense? Do they have twin sense? It's like our twin sense is tingling. Twins over there.
And to tie back to our first episode, I think those twin boys were Ross's son on Friends.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about going back to our first episode. Yeah.
You never forget your first time.
But anyway, so first episode, plays into the, okay, Danny's mom has been there for a few months, helping them through, like after his wife had, died. She's leaving, and what's going to happen is his brother-in-law, Jesse, and his friend, Joey, are going to now live at the house with Danny to help out, with the family, with his 3 daughters, and, keeping the house going.
The clearest indication this is a Disney-owned property, a single parent. You can never have 2 parents in Disney anything.
Oh no! See, Finding Nemo. See, it's like how many how many Disney movies start with, okay, one of the parents has to be killed. Okay.
If you went into a Disney
usually the mom, actually. If
you went into a Disney executive and pitched a movie or show with 2 parents, you just see Walt come out with a fucking shotgun. He goes, shh, shh, not in my house, bitch. Bambi's got mom? Oh, fuck you, bro.
Yeah, I think the first Disney movie that I saw that actually had both parents, and I was like, was actually Pixar's Brave. I'm like, something's wrong here.
So you watch The Lion King, and you go, oh my god, he's got 2 parents. Oh god, Mufasa, no. Why?
Akuna Ma what?
Did Mulan have a mom? She didn't have a mom either, did she?
Yeah, I think her mom. Yeah, because I think it was her aunts were also helping.
Again, Disney's got a problem with parents, bro. It's in general.
We cannot have a full family unit
it's
here.
Usually the dad, right? I mean,
yeah, usually the dad is the one that's left.
Simba got left with his mother, but it feels like it's usually the dad. Jesus.
Yeah, usually it is the dad that is the one that's remaining.
Wow.
But yeah, in this case, again, Danny Tanner is the one remaining. Yeah, brings in his brother-in-law, and he brings in his friend Joey to help out with things. Now, the first episode is just like setting that stage all up. Them moving in. Jesse, a real guy that all of a sudden
biker type Elvis fan.
Mm-hmm. Leather jacket, rides a motorcycle, and now he has to sleep in a room with pink bunnies on the wall.
I hate that son of a bitch. He's still just as good looking as he was then.
He is, and he's doing yoga commercials.
What a handsome man. Even as a straight man, you can go, I get it, you son of a bitch.
Well, going to one of the things we were talking about before too, the Bob Saget roast, which was freaking hysterical. Yeah, Cloris Leachman famously said, it's like, as she's up on the dais, it's like, I'm not here to roast I'm not here to roast Bob Saget. No, I'm not here to roast Bob Saget. I'm here to fuck John Stamos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was married to Rebecca Romaine there. Woo.
Yeah.
Who made the joke on the roast where they were like, John Stamos, you lost your wife to the fat kid from Stand By Me.
one of the best roast jokes.
What was the Gilbert one where he's like, how do you make a drink or whatever? It was like, Mary Kate and Ashley walk into a bar is like, I want to ass hurts. I'll tell you, like, I never heard of that drink. How do you make an ass hurts? He's like, first you drink a milkshake given to you by Bob Saget, and then you wake up or some shit. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
And again, also during the Cloris Leachman portion, like, because she didn't recognize a lot of the people on the dais, she had 2 of the best jokes because of that. It's like, I don't recognize most of you up here. I guess it's because I only watch movies, watch TV, and read the trades.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess, that's why I don't recognize you. Her other joke was, it's like, somebody punched me in the face so I can see some fucking stars up here.
I think my favorite roast joke ever was on the Pam Anderson one, though. So I don't remember who said it, but they were like, Pamela Anderson has caused more seed to be spilled than Michael J. Fox at a bird feeder. It's like, holy shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was like, God damn.
Like, yeah, there were some good moments from the roast, and also again with the roast, we also have the recently passed Norm Macdonald, who I
Very
don't know,
good friend of Bob Saget.
very good friend of Bob Saget.
As we mentioned before, Saget directed the Dirty Work film, and I think they
Mm-hmm.
became very tight on that.
Yep.
That's what I said. It's so fucking weird to think of the three guys from Dirty Work: Bob Saget, Norm Macdonald, and Artie Lang. Artie Lang's the one alive.
Yeah, that's scary. He's the survivor.
And now it has come out that Saget died of head trauma.
Yeah.
He banged his head or something, and I think a blood clot got him or something. Or
Yeah. Basically, like a hematoma. Yeah,
Damn.
he banged his head. He went to sleep and basically passed in his sleep.
As they say, do not go to bed with a concussion, or if you think you have any kind of head trauma, because apparently it's
Can be bad.
pretty quick to end you if that's the case.
But I don't know if you know the story of Norm on the Saget roast. If you remember his set.
I fucking love Norm. The old people jokes that he would just do.
Yes. Basically, when Bob asked him to be on the roast, he's like, I don't want to roast you.
Mm-hmm.
And like he kept at it, and it's like, what I'm gonna do then? I'm gonna read jokes from an old joke book, like like you said, like an old joke book, and that's basically what Norm did. And at first, it was like everyone was very uncomfortable, like what is he doing? And then the comedians were dying.
Oh yeah, because they know Norm.
Yeah, they knew Norm what he was doing at that point.
The audience was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And it was funny because you could see the wall between the dais and the audience, because the dais gets it.
Yeah,
They know him. They know what he's doing, and they're laughing their ass off. And then it would cut to the audience who's
like confused. Yeah,
I feel like they should be booing him, but they're laughing at him. So I should laugh, maybe.
Yeah, it was that uncomfortable laughter, like.
Yeah. And Saget was the one laughing the hardest. He loved
Exactly. Yeah, because he knew exactly what was going on. It's exactly what Norm said he'd do.
The outpouring for him was a little surprising, honestly, because I don't really, even with comics, I don't hear about Saget that much.
Mm-hmm.
Usually comics are constantly talking about their friends, this and that. Saget always seemed like an outlier, but when the outpouring came when he died, it was kind of interesting to watch. And I didn't hear a single negative thing about him. Everyone said he was the sweetest, nicest, most giving dude ever.
Yeah.
I guess he only fondled a rubber doll of a child once. I don't know.
That's the story. We're sticking to it.
Right. I mean, yeah, it sounds like he was a great dude. So that's
Yeah.
very cool. You never want to hear the other shit come out after someone dies.
No. But so anyway, the first episode is basically the getting to know all the characters, and now they're all going to have to live under one roof.
And that is all you need to know, because the whole rest of the show is the exact same fucking premise.
And
Cue the shitty fake drama music.
Yes, this of all the sitcoms we've watched, this, and we've actually watched, unfortunately, like hey, Eight Simple Rules, not that good.
Yeah.
This is the most formulatic show, the sitcom you could write.
Now, that's
and basically, as you said, repeating formula.
Here's the thing,
over.
Right? So I want to know, do you think this is a good show?
This is where I'm thrown, because
Yes.
like I'll take you on my journey, because
Yeah, so you didn't really grow up with this, right? You didn't watch this as
it's
a
like I had
child?
watched a couple of
Well, I guess you were
episodes and
probably
was
in your
like,
20s. Were you in your 20s when this aired? How old were you?
Well, it
87.
started airing in my late teens, and then like into my 20s.
So yeah, you would be at a point where you're like, I ain't watching that bullshit, you know?
Right. Yeah, it's like, I wasn't the target demo for this show.
Yes.
Like,
So yes, take me on your journey into
yes,
your first time living in Full House.
Yes,
the
it's living
Tanner
in Full
home.
House. First, I will say, this is one of the most non-memorable theme songs of all the shows we've watched.
Oh, that's interesting because honestly,
Oh,
this is a 90s theme song bop, bro, and I bet you a lot of people would disagree with you. Now, that's probably because I grew up with it.
mm-hmm.
And I heard it so much. This show was reran to fucking death.
Oh yeah.
In fact,
oh no. Syndication. This has been on and on and on. But
when I Googled it on the way home, because I was going to come home and watch some episodes, I Googled it, and Google goes, "This show is airing soon," and it gave me a listing of probably 40 fucking channels today that it was airing on.
I believe it.
It's like 5 o'clock and 5:30 and 6. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. No other show had as many listings of all the ones we've discussed.
I believe it. Well, because this show is not just formulatic, it's the most saccharine sweet show that you could write. And this is, I guess, this is my thing with the theme song. The music part of it is fine. It's
the words and shit.
The words don't flow to me. Whatever happened to what was it?
Did you watch any that had the extended theme, or just cut to the that shit?
Well, here's the thing. I watched a few episodes with. In fact, I think the first episode has the extended theme, and after a few episodes, I'm like, okay, the rest of them skip.
All of these shows had the same fucking theme back in the 90s, and especially those TGIF, all the same producer dude.
Yep.
Your Step by Step and your Family Matters and this, they all kind of sound the same.
Mm-hmm.
I would give the edge to the Family Matters theme. I think is a little more poignant.
Yeah, I agree with the Family Matters one. It's just more poignant.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. That was the Family Matters one.
But I think it flows a little better. This one just seems a little like staccato where it shouldn't be staccato.
It's factory. It's literally make me a sweet happy theme. I would be shocked if someone told me this was a song prior to this show. It had to be written for this.
Let's see. Well, let's see. It was written by or performed by Jesse Frederick, who co-wrote the song with Bennett Salve and Sirius creator Jeff Franklin.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, I think it's fine. The dialogue is corny as fuck.
Oh yeah, the dialogue.
But I do think it's a catchy, decent TV theme. So the fact that you think it's like incredibly not memorable is very interesting.
Yeah,
but
like
because
I said,
you didn't grow up with it.
Just the that part of it is fine. It's just like if you tell me, it's like again, I forgot the last word of the first line of the song, which I wrote on our page today.
Whatever happened to predictability?
Predictability.
The Milkman, the Paperboy, evening TV.
Yeah.
How did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. That's part's usually cut.
Yeah. The first episode it was not cut.
That's what I said. You talked about the theme song. I said, yeah, predictability describes every bit of this show.
Yeah, it
bit
is
of
the
this
most saccharine sweet, and as you brought up, there is a formula to the show. But the jokes are not memorable. That's one thing.
The joke, and that's why I asked you if you thought it was a good show, because I want to see how you gauge it. Obviously, you didn't grow up with it, so you're gauging it as you're viewing now.
Right.
I would, if you said, "Is this a good show for me to go watch?" Fuck no, it's not.
Yeah,
this is a good children's show.
Yeah, oh, definitely good children's show. One for a family to sit down and watch. But
no, leave Dad out of it. Don't make Dad watch this. Dad will hate you.
I know. Dad may not appreciate. Well, Dad may like Lori Loughlin there.
Yeah, and you might want to fucking get back.
Another actress I will bring up at one point here, but it's literally like you had a sugar rush. You just stuff your mouth full of candy and it's like, ugh, and can't remember anything because you just ate it so quick. that show's over.
I can say, and I think I did mention it before, Danny Tanner was more of a parent to me than either one of my actual parents.
Wow.
I can say that flat out. I watched this show every fucking day when I got home from school as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
like when I was real young, and I guarantee I learned some moral lessons from this pile of shit. I guarantee it, because you know
every
what?
time,
My parents weren't there telling me right from wrong. They weren't telling me any of these things that Danny was teaching his daughters.
I got to ask you though, Jay, when you were learning these moral lessons and that, did violin music play in the background?
No, and I hate that shit
as it
so
plays
much.
in every freaking episode.
Every
as
fucking
soon as
episode.
we're gonna go into the
Even
sentimental.
the fucking Disneyland episode, they do the fucking.
It's like, I hear the strings. Yep, here's our lesson, boys and girls.
Mellow fucking drama, bro.
And
Every fucking episode is on a very special Full House.
yeah.
Good
And
God, yeah. It's so
it's-
forced. It's so fake. Maybe because you're dealing with kid issues, it feels really stupid.
Possibly, yeah. But yeah,
Because
it's
everything is like, Stephanie was mean to me. No, sweetie, Stephanie just had a hard day. And like, you're like, shut the fuck up. I don't care.
it's like Stephanie is PMSing. Come on.
She's like 8, bro. Yeah, that's why I said this is a hard show to gauge for me, because it is very nostalgic. I
Mhm.
have fond memories watching it as a child, but watching it now, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
But there's little moments that I appreciate.
I'll say this though. If we take this versus, I think again our lowest rated one would be 8 Simple Rules. It just was not a good show.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, again, all the promise with all like some great actresses in that, and it's just like this was, put it this way, I could watch it, not be like like the same feeling after watching one of the 8 Simple Rules ones. The 8 Simple Rules ones, it was like, oh, hard swallow. This was just like an easy swallow, but what did I watch? Oh wait, it's over. Hold on.
Well, I would say the material on both shows are crap. I would
Yeah.
say there's no funny real jokes, not really funny
No.
jokes. Once in a great while, you might get a sprinkle in there. I would have fucking gone nuts on this set working with Michelle, not because she was a diva or anything, but because she was a 1-2. She couldn't read. You know how they had to do her lines?
No.
The acting coach would stand off camera, and every time Michelle had to say a line, she would act it out for her, and then Michelle would repeat it. And they would do that every time she had to talk.
Oh wow. Okay.
So the other actors would talk to Michelle, and then Michelle would have to look at the acting coach to do her lines, and then do her and keep doing it until she got it right for each individual line.
Wow, I did not know that about how.
Because I mean, think about it. She couldn't read the script
mhm.
and she wouldn't know how to do it for the emotion. So she had to okay. And they're like, okay, do this. I saw a little behind the scenes thing, and yeah, I was like, I would go fucking insane.
Yeah, okay. Like that part of it, yeah, would drive me nuts if I was on that cast. Yeah, that would drive me nuts. I wouldn't be surprised why she had more of the catchphrases. It's like
Because it's short and to the point. And
exactly. You got it, dude.
now, the one good thing I will say, comparing this to 8 Simple Rules, we talked about, they had no clear line. They tried to be a family show, but they would throw in these kind of awkward, raunchy jokes that also weren't funny.
Mm-hmm.
This show at least draws the line. Like, there are once in a great while, there'll be like a little minor innuendo of some sort.
Right, but for the most part, although if we go to Joey, to Dave Coulier, yeah, the story behind him too, right? The rumor is the Alanis Morissette song "You Ought to Know" is about him, because they dated.
They did date, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they did date, and all of a sudden she comes out with this great, song. You're like, it's like, huh. So
I have heard that,
this
yeah.
guy sounds like a real dick. Oh, wait a second. But
Well, should we just plow through the
let's
3
plow-
episodes we?
yeah, let's plow through.
So we're going to discuss from season 3, Honey, I Broke the House.
Yep, which has one of the TV tropes of a car going through a wall.
The main set of the show.
Yeah.
So many. I chose this one because I'm like, every fucking show's done this. This did it.
Yes.
I've seemed to recall Urkel driving something through the goddamn house.
Yep.
On Family Matters. I remember Everyone Loves Raymond. Didn't the dad drive through the
Yes,
fucking house?
I was going to bring that one up, and I can't wait till we do that show. That is a fantastic show.
What an easy setup for a sitcom. Boom, drive the car through the house. Mayhem.
Right.
This show doesn't do it particularly well. There's nothing really exciting or funny about it, but the family sitcoms tend to do this.
Yeah, and I will say it's like the reaction, like if someone actually drove a vehicle through the wall, I think in real life would be a little more excited than what we got.
I think
on the show.
I think they actually did it on one of the Fuller House ones again.
So they repeated.
I think these are the only seasons I watched, and I got these at Family Video when they went out of business for like $1, which I didn't even know Netflix put out their shows.
Yes, and apparently I was surprised today to find out that it ran. I thought it ran for 2 seasons. I thought you had the 2 seasons, but no, it ran for 5.
Oh, weird. I just noticed this on the back here. It says repackaged by Family Video.
Oh.
So I don't know. I probably can't see it down here, but it says repackaged by Family. I've never seen that. So maybe they have had some deal with Family Video to put out their original series.
Oh.
Perhaps.
Okay, very interesting.
Because if you notice, the packaging is like very bland. It's just black and white letters,
Yeah.
I don't know. Weird.
But okay, so this episode, Uncle Joey's got a classic car. He goes down to get some paint for a touch-up, and Stephanie gets behind the wheel. She wanted to listen to the radio, and she wound up backing into the house, into the kitchen.
She thinks R is for radio.
Yeah, R must be for radio.
And backs into the house and then runs away, blah, blah, blah. I'm leaving because I did a bad thing. And they're like, you shouldn't do that. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, she ran to Becky's house, Aunt Becky.
Yeah.
Who wasn't at this point, Aunt Becky.
Not a very exciting episode.
I
would watch it. Don't watch it.
That is pretty much. It's like, that is the basis of the show. Okay, she runs away, then she comes home. She's got to face consequences. She doesn't like to be punished, but who does?
She's
anyway.
Like, Daddy, you never have to hug and kiss me again. He goes, there's nothing, sweetie, that you could ever do that would make me not hug and kiss you.
Yep, and that's
and roll credits.
that is the episode.
Yep, this one sucked.
What was next on our list there?
Season 4, Secret Admirer.
Okay, this was the best episode of this series that I watched. And
you said it was number 1 on the Screen Rant.
The Screen Rant top 10 listed episodes. This made number 1. This one starts out that
for 4 episodes, you had Danny dating this woman who had like a son named Rusty, who was like a little prankster.
Yep.
And basically all of his episodes were him pulling pranks on the family.
Right.
So he sees that DJ has a crush on the paperboy and decides, I'm going to mess with her. And he writes a little love note on a typewriter. That's how you know this is an old show. Mm-hmm. This kid's got a typewriter out. And he hands the note to Michelle and says, give this to your sister and tell her it's from the paperboy or something.
Yep.
But she gives it to the wrong sister.
Yeah, she actually, it winds up going to Stephanie, and she thinks that Rusty likes her, which she's like, ew. She puts it into the laundry basket, and then from the laundry basket, it gets now to Danny's girlfriend, who...
It's Joey's laundry basket.
It's Joey's laundry basket.
She's a dry cleaner, so he's like, hey, take my laundry and wash these stains out for me. There's a little note in there telling you the problem or whatever, and she finds the love note.
And it's like, oh, Joey's in love with me.
And then she stashes it, and Danny asks Becky to read his notes for the show, And
Right.
she's now stashed it in his notes, so Becky thinks Danny's in love with
With
her.
her. Yeah.
Then she hides it in a book that Jesse gives back to Kimmy because it's like a library book.
Yep.
And then Kimmy
Thinks that Jesse's in love with her.
And it just goes on, and everyone thinks that they're in love with this and that, and
And,
it is kind of funny, but it's also like stupid.
Yeah, it's truly formulaic.
Awful convenient is what we say.
This is
Emphasis on the
total
awful.
convenience.
No.
But I think one of the other funny things about this episode is the fact of every character that gets the note, the internal dialogue. So
Yeah.
they it's like, oh wait, this note is from Joey. Like Joey's in love with me. Oh no, I can't tell Danny about this.
This is the only time I remember the fucking dog talking on this show.
Yes.
I was like, oh god, they did a Buck Bundy from Married with Children where the dog talks and like you hear like his internal monologue.
Yep.
What do you say? Like, I'm just like, I hope they drop some bacon or something.
Yeah. Drop some food at the barbecue. Hope someone drops some food.
I don't remember Comet talking in this show. Why does he talk like a fucking?
Exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, but this I think was the funniest premise because it wasn't just a single mistaken communication. It kept going down the line. It was basically telephone by note.
Yeah, it did feel a little Three's Company, right?
Yes, which I know we've discussed, you and I, that pretty much every episode of Three's Company is mistaken communication, but the way it's done is just so hysterical.
That's one of my favorite jokes on the show Friends. I think Chandler sees them watching Three's Company, and he goes, "Oh, I love this one. It's the one with the misunderstanding." It's like every fucking episode of the show.
But yeah, this definitely best episode of the ones that I watched, I watched.
I mean, if you are at all curious, at least this one has all the characters in it. So, and I mean, two others, but this little kid Rusty is actually pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
For what I looked him up, he's only like literally got like 4 credits. He did 4 episodes of Full House. He starred in some movie where he was like a 10-year-old kid on a cross-country road trip to meet Drew Barrymore or some shit. I don't know.
God.
I forget what it was called. And then he had like 1 or 2 little things here, and that was it. So it's kind of strange, but
damn.
What's the little kid from like Pet Cemetery and
Gage,
Kindergarten Cop and shit? That kid.
It's not a Tuma.
He was in a bunch of episodes of Full House, and he was actually usually the funniest fucking part of them. I should have found some of those and pulled them out for you because he was like one of Michelle's classmates or something.
Got it.
And typically the best part, and the little kid, the Maori kid from like Smart Guy, the little black kid who was Tia and Tamara's younger brother.
Oh, okay. No, I don't remember that.
He was on a bunch of them too. He was usually pretty funny on there.
Nice.
I mean, for very young child actors, they were very funny.
Yeah, there were some interesting child actors on this show. Like you actually in some of the episodes, one of Michelle's friends turned out to be Journey Smollett, who is of the TV Smolletts, including Jesse Smollett, the guy that staged the hate crime against himself.
Yeah. The last one I said we should discuss is the Disneyland one because, again, another trope that Disney apparently forced upon all of their Disney Channel shows and their ABC shows. Hey, you should do an episode at Disneyland. That's the one in Florida, right?
I think no. Land is Florida. Land is California. World is Florida.
They usually go to Florida, so it must have been Disney World.
Well, I don't know. Being that it was filmed in L.A., I'm guessing that they went to Disneyland.
Well, I mean, they may have filmed it in the California one, but I think they always say we're going to Florida.
Oh, okay.
Like,
well,
so,
this is the one, like I said, though. I didn't get to watch this because I watched the top 10, the first 2 episodes, and the last 2 episodes.
So, like, I looked up a list earlier, and it didn't even cover all the ones that I even remembered, but, like, they were, like, Blossom and Step by Step and this, and I think Boy Meets World. Like, all these fucking shows went to Disneyland or Disney World, whichever one. I remember Roseanne went to Disney World. Like, It was just a thing where once I don't like you said, I don't remember exactly when Disney took over ABC.
Yeah, I don't
I
remember
feel like
the exact.
it was before. I feel like you want to say it was the 80s, but maybe not.
I'm
Maybe
not
they were just
sure.
affiliated with them because they did a lot of the
It might have been the
Disney-
affiliation, but yeah,
Yeah.
like not the full. They bought them
because
Yeah.
they would show Disney movies. I think back in the 80s, like a Sunday night, right?
Yeah, the Sunday night movie.
But yeah, at this point they were full fledged. Hey, we need you to come promote our parks and shit. This one is again, it's not that interesting, but it must have been right when Aladdin came out because Aladdin and Genie and shit are all over this episode, and then the fact that Steve was the voice actor from Aladdin probably had a lot to do with it.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, Steve being DJ's boyfriend.
DJ's boyfriend, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole thing. They go to the park and Michelle gets she's in line for something and she cuts ahead of Stephanie and gets princess for the day. And they put her picture all over the park because I'm sure Disney fucking does that. Some random little girls, Disney for the day, and they put literally every time they walk into a shot, there's a different poster of Michelle. And Stephanie's all jealous and shit, like, oh, she took my princess for the day. Which at this point, Stephanie's even old enough to probably be like, that's stupid. I wouldn't want that anyway. But
right.
For the sake of melodrama, you got to have some fucking shit in there. They see like some Aladdin show and DJ misses Steve because he's not on the trip and she's seeing him everywhere. So you have a little meta joke where the actor playing Aladdin, she sees as Steve for a minute. But then she sees him like the one thing I will give these episodes is they do something that I don't remember any of the other Disney sitcom visits doing.
What's that?
They show you the shows, like the stage shows.
Oh, okay.
Like
yeah, that's not usually a.
No, they go to like an Indiana Jones one, and it's not great. It's really stupid, but it is kind of cool to see. And of course, she sees Steve as Indiana Jones, and the one really interesting one that you really never see is Joey goes to the animation studio.
Really?
And is like walking around the cubicles of the Ink and Paint Club and sits down at an easel and starts drawing a cartoon version of himself. And of course he does cartoon voices.
Yep.
So he's like voicing his thing and then like they like animate cartoon Joey on the easel or on the whatever the hell it's called, the paper. And he's like doing like a interacting with it. It doesn't fit this show at all, but it's also like they did do something different than
than the standard Disney visit.
Standard, yeah, just visit all the park and
yeah. You usually when you do like one of those like the Disney visits that it has to do with going on the ride.
The costumed characters,
costume characters, and the rides are I think the two main things that you're dealing with usually.
On Roseanne, Dan did all. He's like, I'm gonna drink around the world, so he did like drinking at all the different. He's like, you want to go over to Epcot? And he's like, do you have booze? They have beer? Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, you mentioned also one of the other shows. Yeah, another child actor that was on this show that wound up going on to another show was Danielle Fishel from Boy Meets World.
She was on this show?
Yeah, she was on this show. She was one of the Jennifers, Stephanie's classmates, starting in season 5, I think it was.
Topanga? Is that what she was?
Yeah.
She was a lot of young boys' first loves, too, I know. I never really had a thing for her because I didn't watch that show much, but...
Yeah, I
know
never
a lot
really
of my
watched
friends
that
were
show.
all about Topanga. Well, yeah, it would have been weird for you because you would have been 20 years older than her.
Yeah, so yeah, that creates a little bit of a problem there. So,
who's your favorite Disney princess?
Favorite Disney princess? That's a good question. I want to say Ariel.
Yeah, I had a thing for Ariel when I was a kid too. I think I was just a horny little kid.
Yeah, I think
I had a thing for everybody.
I don't think that's changed, Jay. I think you still are a horny little kid.
So after this, we're still gonna have a little.
Wait, are you talking to your dog? Wait, what's going on?
Yeah, his name's fucking Nick. We'll put that leash on, bitch. Role play with me.
But I watched additional episodes with this. One of the ones I have to say, do you remember the one with the "It's Greek to Me" where
Is that the one where
Papuli.
his relative comes and
Yeah, the
he plays
relatives.
his cousin or some shit?
Yeah, the relatives come, and the one girl that they bring along was technically like as their village shows like was married to Jesse.
Oh yeah.
Now, do you remember that girl? What she looked like?
I don't remember what she looked like. No.
Oh, you should look her up. But anyway,
I remember she had like long curly hair, right?
yeah,
Long
long
dark
curly hair, dark hair. Jennifer Gaddy. I found out what I know her from. Ever hear of the band
what?
Bon Jovi? Their first song was a song called Runaway. I don't know if you know that song, but look up the music video, and the Runaway is Jennifer Gaddy. I'm like, I know her face. And yeah, she's the girl running away in the Bon Jovi video.
So she was probably one of Stamos' groupies when he was trying to be a singer and all that?
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right. I bet you.
I will say, like, you know, I watched some other episodes, like I said, from that top 10 list.
Are any of them worth mentioning?
One of the ones that was, two of the episodes was the wedding with Jesse and Becky.
Is that the one where he goes skydiving before or something?
Yeah, he goes skydiving. He gets stuck in a tree. So
another very tropey thing.
Yes.
There's every time there's a wedding, something holds up the wedding.
Yeah, and for this one, that was what held it up. On the second episode of that, the policeman, that guy actually was on General Hospital with John Stamos during his tenure there.
I can give a shout out to my buddy who I just did a film with, David Lotman.
Oh.
He actually just got cast on General Hospital. He's one of the...
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, he started on the 15th, I think was his first episode. He's playing, I think, a lawyer named, like, Schmolty or something.
I was going to say, he's playing a corpse, yeah, like...
I would not have checked it out. He posted it on Facebook that he was going to be on there. And then on Hulu, actually, they have General Hospital. So I did a quick skim through and just watched his scenes, and it was so funny to see someone on something like General Hospital.
That is funny. Oh,
I could throw a fun John Stamos question at you.
Okay, his name is Kin Shriner is the guy's name.
Did you know that John Stamos had a 1-year sitcom before Full House that ran from 86 to 87?
No.
It was called You Again. And it was about a grown son who moves back in with his father. And his father was an actor from one of our previous episodes. Can you I gave you 3 guesses. Give me 3 actors that you think potentially could have played his father. It is one of the main shows we've covered.
Stamos. Okay. Of the ones we've covered, I'm trying to think who would be a good fit for his age range and fit look wise.
I don't think he's a good fit look wise.
Okay.
So get that out of your phone.
Okay, so take that off the thing. Oh, okay, so if it's not a good fit look wise, and you said 86, 87, let's go with Tony Randall.
You are so fucking close, my friend. Go the other one.
Klugman.
It's fucking Klugman. How fucking weird is that? That is kind of funny that you picked Tony Randall, though.
Yeah, you know what? I figured it was actually one of them.
Weird.
Because of the timing, too. Because it was before Jack Klugman's issues with his throat and that. So.
Yep. Yeah, 86 to 87, it was called You Again, and it was starred John Stamos and Jack Klugman. I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look for that one. Like I said, I also watched the last 2 episodes, and that's the episodes where Michelle falls off a horse and has amnesia.
Yeah, fucking.
And I'll say, yeah, it wasn't.
Was that a partial clip show too, wasn't it? Where they show.
Yeah, it was definitely clip because again, she's got to get her memory back, which her sister plays her memories.
This is a weird one. We always say, what would you recommend it? This and that. I'm gonna say, if you need something to watch with your kids, or you just want to put something on for your kids, go for it. This is an easy. You don't have to worry about what they're watching.
No.
I would say if you're just gonna sit down as an adult and want to enjoy something, unless you have the nostalgia for this show, you're gonna be bored. Do you see yourself ever watching more of this? Would you go out of your way to watch it? Did you
Going out of
find
my
anything, a kernel of joy in watching it?
Here's the thing: going out of my way to watch it, no. If I'm changing the channels and it's
Nothing
on,
else is
and I
on.
don't really see anything else really of note that I really want to watch, I wouldn't mind putting it on. But would I go out of my way to watch it? Probably not.
I know stuff like this is the kind of thing that I've seen it so many fucking times as a youth. I don't really need to watch it. So, something like this is I'll put on in the background if I'm cleaning the house.
Yes, it's a background show.
Right,
This
it's
definitely
like-
is a background show.
But also there's far better background shows too.
Oh, most definitely.
I feel like Seinfeld is my go-to cleaning the house show. Just
Yeah.
put that on the background.
But here's the thing. There's the background show where it's kind of just like noise and you glance every once in a blue moon or something. And then there's the background show where you're doing a task and then all of a sudden you realize, oh wait, hold on, this is the funny part. Hold on, yeah. Like I think
I
there's
tried cleaning the
there's
house
two.
to Night Court, but then I just kept sitting down and watching Night Court.
Yes.
And I couldn't do it. I was like, yeah, I got
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
There's the one where you will actually become engrossed in the show and too interested in the show where your tasks go to the wayside. And then there's
Yeah.
the background where it's like, yeah, literally, it's the background. This is the background.
Well, I do want to say R.I.P. Bob Saget. So sad that
Yes.
you're gone. This is not my favorite of your works at this moment of my life, but I tell you what, it was incredibly important to me as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I could say that wholeheartedly. This show did mean a lot to me when I was a child. And it was nice that once he got out of this, he was a little raunchier and kind of grew with my humor as well. So that helped.
Oh, definitely.
That helped me respect him as a being a little more.
Yeah. And just getting back to that Michelle one, the Michelle part of it with those last episodes didn't make me sad. But here's the thing. She had a head injury, and at the one point she's like, I'm gonna go to bed. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Because I thought about Bob Saget. So
Yeah.
that was the thing that actually upset me most watching the last episode.
Yep. Yeah, he's the only reason we felt we needed to cover this show. So
Yeah. Well, no, it needed to be covered because it is a part of sitcom history.
that's true. That's true. So you want to do all the TGIF in a row now?
Oh boy.
Just TGIF 2022, bro.
So yeah. Let's see. What do we got on the docket
brain
then?
would melt.
Then you got what you call it? Family Matters. You got dinosaurs. You got what were the
Step
other
by
ones?
step.
Step by Step. Boy Meets World. I think was TGIF too, right?
Maybe. I watched that later on Disney Channel, I think, but it might have
Okay.
been.
Yeah, so yeah, there's plenty of TGIF, but you know what? We'll get back to TGIF at some other point.
Within the last 6 months, I tried plowing through a bunch of Family Matters. That's a rough revisit. That is
I
a
can
rough
understand that.
revisit. When they
Because-
start building Urkel bots and shit and robots and
Yeah.
multiple personalities and all, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, the interesting thing about that, and we'll get into that show, is
Yeah,
how the show was not initially meant to be
the Urkel show.
the Urkel show, but it became that anyway.
Yeah, if you want to laugh on that one, just look up the Key and Peele sketch. I did watch a fun movie the other day. I want to ask you a quick trivia question.
Oh, what's
Planes,
that?
Trains, and Automobiles I watched again.
Oh, great one.
Great classic. What TV theme song does John Candy sing on the bus?
The Flintstones.
Very good.
Yeah,
That's how I like to see
and what song did Steve Martin try to sing to start?
Yeah. What the hell was that song? I
Three
couldn't
coins
recognize
in a fountain. It's
Yeah,
like,
I was-
3 coins in a fountain. Come
I-
on,
yeah,
everyone. Yeah,
Is that a real song? Is that like a what is
yeah.
that?
No, it's a real song. It's like an older song or something.
Because
but-
everyone looked at him like,
yeah, it's like what?
whatever.
And then John Candy's like, Flintstones.
Yeah.
Meet the
Yeah.
Flintstones.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and at some point, we'll get to the Flintstones because that does actually qualify for sitcom. That was an actual 60s sitcom based on the Honeymooners.
I thought we already covered it. Cedric the Entertainer. It's basically the Flintstones, right?
No, that was the Honeymooners.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Yeah, now I'm confused about all of them. For our next show, do you want to give the folks? Yeah, I know what we originally had planned, but what we originally had planned is going to have to take a back seat because right now for streaming, there's not a good way to do it.
There is I'm gonna look at what the box set costs for that then, since it's not streaming. Because we were gonna do WKRP in Cincinnati because Howard Hessman just died.
Yep.
But apparently, there's only one season on Apple TV, and it's not even streaming. You gotta buy it.
By each episode. Yep.
That's weird. I don't know how many seasons it ran, but maybe we can look up next time for the next episode, maybe ahead of the class or whatever too.
That's true.
See if that's anywhere.
And then, but being that we're not gonna do WKRP, what did we say we're gonna do?
Well, we're gonna go back to the Mary Tyler Moore well, and we're gonna do the Cloris Leachman favorite of mine, Raising Hope.
Excellent. I can't wait to watch this. I did not watch it during its run. I always heard good things about it, and you have extolled its virtues. So yeah, I'm excited.
Cloris Leachman is brilliant on the show. I can't wait for you to. I feel like it will be a glowing review. I don't think you will have. If you're a fan of the humor of things like My Name Is Earl, stuff like that. Oh yeah, throw a little Cloris Leachman in there. Solid
Sweet.
Gold.
And if you like our show, please follow. We're out there on. We got the email address, the sitcom myface@gmail.com. You can check our Twitch channels. I'm twitch.tv netnick191, and you're twitch.tv Bidwell Fogg.
Bidwell Fogg.
Bidwell Fogg. We are at Twitter. We just have to post some things at sitcom myface. It took enough time to try to get the name right on Twitter. We have our Facebook page, facebook.com/sitcommyface. And is there any other place we are? We're not on Instagram yet. We do have our YouTube channel. What?
I'm in your closet.
Oh my God! Wait, the phone call is coming from inside the house.
I've been Jay Bidwell.
And I've been Nick Franco.
And don't forget, if it ain't fixed, don't broke it.
That's true.